Hey guys, so a very long time ago, very long time ago what the hell? Oh, I didn't click the press again. So very long time ago, we figured out, that our observable universe is ever so expanding, right? Ever so expanding in all directions, like literally expanding, like a balloon, right? And expanding. Say you are in the Milky Way over here. There's galaxies over here, galaxies over here, galaxies. They're expanding, right? And then soon we figured out that they're not only expanding but they're accelerating. Faster and faster. They're moving away from us at faster and faster speed, right? But the mystery is we're yet to figure out why these guys with these our observable universe is expanding. I mean, like, why is it accelerating? We're yet to figure out what is causing it to accelerate. And I think I got the answers. I got the answers. Okay. I think the reason why I think it's accelerating is obviously force, right? F equals to ma, right? Newton's law. Come on, man. Right? Okay. If you apply some force to a object with a mass, then you produce an acceleration, right? Proportional to the force. Okay. So, and I think this force is gravity. Gravity itself. Like, as soon as I said that, like, I had two questions in my mind. The first question was like, okay, gravity of what? Like, literally gravity of what? There's just like, what are you expecting it to, like, to attract the whole freaking universe? Like, I don't understand gravity of what exactly. Like, if there's a planet Earth, we're attracted to the planet Earth, right? And if we jump, we will accelerate back towards the ground, right? But, like, what could possibly be there, like, gravity of what? Alright, that was my first question, right? And my second question was, okay, if there's gravity, given that, okay, say I accepted that there was a gravity that's attracting, but shouldn't gravity, like, kind of move you, like, downwards? Why is it moving sidewards? Like, doesn't matter. Like, for us, it looks like these galaxies are moving sideways, right? Like, expanding, right? So why it doesn't gravity act downward? Well, let's just start off. Let's just start off with second question. Well, it actually depends, right? Like, gravity depends where you are and how you're positioned in, how your system is positioned, right? And you will perceive different things as different, falling or in expanding. It depends on how you're positioned, right? So, for example, say over here, you're here, right? Your world is something like that. You walk like this. You go like that. You don't stand like this. Say you stand like this, right? So that's your standing position. That's your world you're standing in, pulling you downward, whatever, right? And say, there was something, comets or grains of rice falling, right, to black void of space, or like, say, your fat mama that who has force of, freaking, who warped the freaking space time itself. Like, okay, but let's just say she has, her gravity, she has so much mass that her gravitational force is attracting these grains, right? And for you, it would not look like it's falling, if it makes sense to you. Like, if you're looking like that, right? If your perspective is like this, then it would not look like it's falling towards. I mean, falling for you, if you're standing like this, then falling for you is like, going like that, right? But for you, this thing is expanding, right? I mean, this thing is moving away from you, right? And if these grains of rice had, like, tangent velocity, then these grains of rice would be moving away and expanding. It would look like it's expanding away from you, right? It's expanding and it's accelerating because of your fat mama's body, right? And I think So my second question was answered, right? So it doesn't matter, like, it's our perspective. Maybe we are like positioned such way that we're observing this as expanding, but if actually they're falling due to gravity, right? Gravity of something else. And first, let's just now answer the first question. Gravity of what? Like, what might be there? So to answer this question, let's just visit the second dimension. Let's just visit the second dimension. What is second dimension? The second dimension is basically a flat sheet of paper. If you wish to, let me just draw a cube over here. Okay, second dimension is basically, this is your floor. Okay, this is say this is a flat man, right? This is a flat man, and in second dimension, if you're in second dimension, you only have, this flat man only has access to left or right. It does not have access to like up and down. You know what I'm saying? So if your fat mama was over here or something like that, right? Very fat, right? Fat mama was over here. This flat man, as it does not have access to this dimension up or down, this flat man would not see your mama's face, right? Because fat mama's face, right? Because it does not have access to the up and down dimension, right? Like, it does not have depth, right? So it doesn't make sense. I don't know how it makes sense, but it cannot see, the flat man cannot see your mama because it does not have access to up and dimensions that are up and down, right? So it would only see is like the 2 points over here, which is your cross-sectional area, like just what crosses that point. It would see 2 dots or 2, I don't know, shadows of your mama, right? So if we apply the same analogy over here, our universe, I don't know, there might be something really, really like thing, and everything is falling towards it, but we cannot see it because we do not have access to the same dimension. Like, we're the flat man, right? And if this was another dimension, like, same thing over here. Like, I mean, if this is where the galaxies, right? If this is where our observable universe, we would be attracted. If there was nothing, it was the only mass that existed was your fat mama and this flat man, are these flat men small, like, these universe, right? Like in this dimension, in the 2 dimension, right? They would be attracted towards your flat. It would accelerate towards your fat mama because of her gravitational pull, right? I mean, her space-time curvature, gravitational pull, right? So I think, and I think that's the reason why we're our observable universe is expanding, is because, there's an object's a different dimension that we cannot see because we do not have access to. And our object is reacting or accelerating towards that object, and we cannot see that object, obviously, because we do not have access to the dimension to field. And that is reason why I think our universe is accelerating.